Bishop Curry. Happy to be here. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Doing great. Awesome. What I want to talk about today is what Magellan means to me and possibly you. And I want to also talk about just reliving the journey. So as we know, it's a 9-month journey through Magellan, and I think it's important for us to focus on not just what happens while we're here, but what happens after we leave. So I want to start with a little personal story. I like reliving things. I do impersonations. I can do Kevin Hart, Cat Williams. I love images. I love looking through picture books. I always have, even as a kid. I used to look through my grandparents' picture books and just wonder what it would be to be back in the olden days, so to speak. And then I often look at picture books nowadays. So as you know, you can make pictures, you can put in, in order to like Walmart.com, in order a picture book and just have a book, like a hardbound book that you can look back at years later. And so I always love looking back because it helps me reflect and helps me think about what did I learn during those times. As a father, what did I learn when my kids were 1 as opposed to 2, 3, 4, and then 8 and 6 now. So funny story, so this morning I'm working out and I'm jogging around Short Pump Mall. So every time I come here, I always work out in the morning, 5 in the morning, I'm up jogging, and so listening to Pitbull, and so I get this image in my mind of my college football days. So some of you who know that I played college football. So I'm jogging and I'm thinking about the times where we would be on the field, it would be like an important play, and I would always turn to the crowd and sort of lift my hands up so they would make some noise. So I started doing this in the Short Pump Mall. There's a guy on a forklift and he just stops and looks at me. And I'm sitting here just yelling and screaming, but I was reliving the moment. And so it helped actually motivate me to finish. It's a long jog around. I think it's like 2 miles, which is long for me. So anyway, but I was reliving the moment at that time, so I think it's important that we do that. So we'll go to the next slide. I want to talk about Ferdinand Magellan a little bit because that's who the Magellan program is named after. And so I did some research and I wanted to know, who was he? We don't talk a lot about him as we go through the Magellan program, but the fact that this program is named after Ferdinand Magellan is important. So he was the first explorer to circumnavigate the globe. I think he basically came up with the best way to sail around the globe. So I thought about the fact that, we're on a journey and we're not necessarily sailing, but we're traversing through different, I would say, checkpoints. So every month we have homework, we should have accomplished something, and we come to be empowered and to learn something else. So I wanted to sort of relay that in a way to where, again, we could relive the image after we leave Magellan. So I developed what I call the Magellan navigation map. So I wanted to capture the essence of what Magellan does. So it provides a world of opportunity to the participants through incremental development, structured self-discovery, and reflection. So what I want us to take away today is that it's important for us to relive the moment. It's important for us to also pay it forward because we're blessed to go through Magellan. There's some people who aren't as fortunate. So what we take from these checkpoints, even after we leave, it's important for us to go back and think about, okay, what did I learn in March? Marketing plan, resume building, networking. There's somebody in your life that you may work with, that you may not work with, that you may know outside of work that can benefit from what you learned here. And I feel like this tool is a great way for us to be able to capture that essence and 2, 3 years from now or 20 years from now, look back and what you learned, it automatically gives you this mental image. And as we know, images aren't just mental, but they're emotional as well. So what did you feel as you were working on networking or having to redo your resume for the 4th or 5th time? So as Magellan seeks to educate, connect, and empower us, it's important for us to do that with others, and it's important for us to continue to do that for ourselves because, as we know, the journey doesn't end in November, but it continues to go for the rest of our career. So I really want to thank you all for listening, for being engaging, for laughing with me for a little bit, and remember to continue to pay it forward. Thank you.